In 1915, workers digging a drainage canal in Vero Beach pulled something out of it that wasn't supposed to be there. Human bones. Not only did they find human bones, but those bones lying alongside mammoths, giant sloths, and saber-toothed cats. And if those bones were really as old as they appeared to be, then it meant that something impossible had happened. It meant that people were living in Florida during the Ice Age. For over 100 years, scientists have been arguing about whether the Vero Man was real or whether he simply shouldn't exist. This is the Vero's Voice podcast. I'm Doolin, and this is one of the strangest, most important stories that this town has ever buried.
The sound of our town, the treasure coast choice. I am, you are, we are Vero's voice. Yeah. I am, you are, we are.
Welcome to the Vero's Voice podcast. My name is Doolin, and I'm coming at you solo today. No guest, just me, and a Vero Beach history lesson. The Vero's Voice podcast is all about telling the stories of Vero Beach, and for this one, we're going to go back, way back. At the beginning of the 20th century, Vero Beach was still rough around the edges. Drainage canals were being cut between the Indian River and nearby land, and not for archaeological purposes, just progress. But starting around 1913, workers started noticing something strange in the canal banks. Fossils. Big ones. The remains of Ice Age animals. Mastodons, mammoths, giant ground sloths, creatures that had been extinct for thousands of years. These fossils were sent to the state geologist of Florida, a man named Elias H. Sellards. Sellards immediately recognized what they were. Pleistocene animals, or in other words, Ice Age animals. And then, in 1915, something changed everything. Human bones began turning up in the same soil layers. 26 fossilized human bones, skull fragments, bones from arms and legs, mixed directly with extinct animals. At the time, this was unthinkable. Early 20th century archaeology believed that humans arrived in North America maybe 6,000 years ago, long after the Ice Age had ended, but the Pleistocene ended over 11,700 years ago. If these bones were truly from the same layer as the animals, then the humans had been here far earlier than anyone was ready to accept. Sellards did what good scientists do. He invited other experts to Vero Beach. He let them examine the site themselves. Some agreed with him, others did not. The loudest critic was a man named Alice Hrdlicka, the most influential physical anthropologist in America at the time. Hrdlicka was convinced, absolutely convinced, that humans had not arrived in the Americas until after the Ice Age. So if the evidence said otherwise, then the evidence must be wrong. The implication was clear. The Vero Man wasn't ancient. The bones must have fallen into older layers later, or been disturbed, or misinterpreted. Case closed. Except it wasn't. Sellards continued excavating. He found an engraved mammoth tusk, a bird bone with cut marks that looked man-made, chirp flakes, bone tools, evidence, he believed, of human activity alongside Ice Age animals. But archaeology, in 1916, wasn't what it is today. Excavation methods were rough. Documentation wasn't perfect, and over time, something unfortunate happened. Those bones were shipped around for study. Some were lost. Others were treated with chemicals that made future testing impossible. By the time carbon dating existed, the best evidence was gone. And so, for decades, the Vero Man became a footnote. Simply a controversial claim, an academic argument. Something that made people uncomfortable. Then, nearly a century later, scientists came back. New excavations, new technology, and, with it, new questions. Teams from universities, including Mercyhurst and Florida Atlantic, began re-examining the site, known as the Old Vero Ice Age site. What they found complicated the story. Some artifacts, thought once to be part of the Ice Age, weren't. A projectile point once used to argue for extreme age was carbon dated to less than 7,000 years old. That meant Sellards may have been wrong about some things, but not everything. Charred bones from extinct animals were dated to around 14,000 years old. Possible hearth remains, evidence of human activity nearby. Not definitive proof of Ice Age humans living exactly there, but strong evidence that they lived somewhere in Florida at the same time. Sellards wasn't wrong. He was just early. Today, Vero Man is recognized as one of the largest collections of human remains associated with the Pleistocene in North America. Even now, archaeologists debate the details. Who were these people? How long were they there? Were they passing through or settling? What's undeniable is this. People lived there. They hunted there. They built fires there. Long before condos. Long before roads. Before history even knew how to remember them. The story of the Vero Man isn't just about bones. It's about what happens when a small town stumbles into something world-changing and doesn't quite know what to do with it. Vero Beach, Florida isn't just old Florida, it's ancient Florida. And the ground beneath it still has stories to tell. Thanks for tuning in to the Vero's Voice podcast, and as always, we'll see you on the beach. Thanks for listening.